Have you ever wondered why, no matter how much you work, hustle, or even get a raise, you always end up broke at the end of the month? The truth is, it's not about luck, intelligence, or even effort. There's a simple mistake that millions of people make every single day, so common, so invisible, that it keeps them trapped in a financial treadmill, running endlessly without moving forward. And here's the scary part. You might be making it right now, without even realizing it. This mistake feels harmless, almost logical, but it silently drains your freedom and locks you into the cycle of always starting over. Today, I'm going to expose this mistake, and once you understand it, you'll never look at money the same way again. The simple mistake that keeps most people broke is this: confusing movement with progress. Think about it. You work long hours, you sacrifice, you stress, you hustle harder than ever, but at the end of the month, your bank account looks exactly the same. It's like running on a treadmill. You sweat, you burn energy, but you don't move an inch. The problem isn't the lack of effort, it's the lack of direction. Without clear direction, every shortcut feels like a solution. Easy credit cards, harmless impulse purchases, affordable installments that fit the budget. But every single one of these adds invisible weight to your future. You think you're moving forward, but you're just running in place. Picture this. A stick man stands before two doors. One says, work harder without strategy. The other says, small, consistent choices. Most people rush into the first door. Why? Because it feels easier. It's what they already know. Work more, hustle more, sacrifice more. But inside, there's only a giant wheel, spinning endlessly, exhausting you without results. That's the mistake. Believing that more effort automatically equals progress. Meanwhile, the few who choose the second door start slow. Their steps look small, almost insignificant, but every single step moves them forward. And that's the real difference: progress over motion. This mistake shows up in your everyday life. When payday comes and you tell yourself, I deserve a reward. When you buy something on 12 monthly installments because the payment is small. When you cut back on the things that build your future, but spend freely on things that only last a moment. The mistake isn't spending. The mistake is spending without a bigger plan. And the cost of this mistake is simple. Every month you return to zero. Money flows in and slips out like sand through your fingers. And the result? Frustration, discouragement, and the crushing belief that you'll never get ahead. Now here's the truth. What separates the broke from the wealthy isn't how much money they earn. Think about it. How many stories have you heard of people who got a raise or even won the lottery and still ended up broke? The game changer isn't income, it's mindset. People who escape the cycle understand that every dollar is a seed. You can plant it in barren soil, temporary pleasures, endless debts, empty status, or you can plant it in fertile soil, education, investments, opportunities. Broke people choose barren soil, chasing instant gratification. Wealthy people choose fertile soil, understanding that time is their greatest ally. Let me give you a real example. John and Sarah both received the same promotion. John immediately buys a brand new car, financed with huge monthly payments. For a while, he feels proud, but soon he realizes that half his salary is gone before the month even begins. Sarah, on the other hand, keeps the same lifestyle for 2 more years. She saves, invests, and studies finance. After 2 years, she doesn't just have savings, she has passive income. John is stuck. Sarah is free. Both had the same opportunity, but only one understood the difference between movement and progress. This mistake is also fueled by comparison. You see your neighbor buy something new and you feel you have to match it. This instinct is human, but it's also a trap. Most people stay broke because they want to look rich before they become rich. They wear the mask of success. New phone, new car, expensive clothes. But underneath, they're drowning in debt. Real millionaires do the opposite. They look ordinary, sometimes even modest. But behind that simplicity, they hide the true wealth: freedom, peace, and the ability to choose. And here's the good news. Breaking this cycle doesn't require magic formulas. It requires awareness. It requires stopping the confusion between effort and results. It requires starting small, but staying consistent. Saving just $5 a day might feel like nothing, but in a year, that's nearly $2,000. With compound interest over a decade, it multiplies far beyond. That's the power of conscious choices. The mistake that keeps you broke is always chasing quick fixes, shortcuts, and instant gratification. But real wealth is built in the invisible, the habits, the discipline, the patience. Now imagine this. Final scene. The same stickman, tired of running on the wheel, finally stops. He takes a deep breath, steps off the treadmill, and begins to walk slowly on a new road. With each step, he plants a seed. At first, it looks pointless, even boring. But as time passes, the path behind him blooms into trees, fruit, and shade. Meanwhile, another stickman is still running in circles, exhausted, trapped in the illusion of progress. One remains stuck. The other, with small, consistent steps, creates an entire forest of freedom. So remember this: the simple mistake that keeps you broke is believing that effort without direction creates wealth. It doesn't. It creates exhaustion, debt, and frustration. From today on, stop running in circles. Start walking with intention. Stop buying illusions. Invest in yourself, your future, your time. Because wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and how much you multiply. And once you fix this mistake, you'll realize that financial freedom was never far away. It was hidden in the small choices you make every single day.